Hey folks, it's Keith, a Tory 01, back with another political vlog. Today I want to look at the status of Chrystia Freeland, our Minister of Finance. We're starting to see a number of stories speculating that Trudeau is going to throw her under the bus like he does with people when he tries to save his own backside. I think it's quite possible she's not looking very happy these days either. So how do you get rid of her? Well, a number of ways. Obviously, the most obvious one is find a seat for Mark Carney, the supposed replacement, to run in. And that can be done a number of ways. There's always someone's going to leave caucus or getting ready to retire. They've got their pension. So they could always step aside. And of course, the other option, which is looking at what happened in France, he could call a snap election. Go with the absolute minimum number of weeks. Now get this out of the way real quick. So that would do a number of things to protect him. It would probably kill the traitor story. At least he could dodge it for a few more weeks, and then if reelected, just shove it off. And that assumes, of course, that he's reelected with a majority or Singh backing him up. So that's always a possibility. Or just finding a safe seat for a by-election is another possibility. But he really doesn't have to do any of that. He can appoint Mark Carney as a senator. Senators are allowed to sit in cabinet and be ministers. There's precedent for that, and Trudeau likes to constantly point at Stephen Harper and say, well, he did this, this, and that. And yeah, Harper appointed Michael Fortier into cabinet as a minister. I never thought that was a bright idea, but it was done. So all he has to do is find a vacant seat, line up Carney for it, and yeah, there's some things he has to do and a little tinkering that has to be done to make it legit. But it's quite doable. And he can put Mark Carney right in as finance minister. There you go. Not too hard to do. So what does it take for Mark Carney to be a senator? Well, pretty simple stuff, actually. He has to be between the age of 30 and 70 years old. Check that box off. Has to be a Canadian citizen. Check that box off. He must have a net worth of at least $4,000. I don't think there's any problem with checking that box off. Now, he has to own at least $4,000 worth of real property in the province or territory to which they're appointed to. $4,000? That's not a lot of money. You could buy a couple of square feet somewhere. Some liberal supporter in whatever province will certainly give up $4,000 worth of property for him, assuming Carney doesn't already have that, and I'm assuming he probably does. And the only other thing he has to do is be able to prove that he has a permanent residence somewhere in the province or territory that he's appointed to, and that it's been there for at least 2 years. So I'm sure Carney has property somewhere in Canada that he can point to and say, that's my permanent residence over a 2-year period. And if not, we all know, wink, wink, it'll somehow happen. So there you go. I do think it just might be bye-bye Chrystia. I sure as hell won't object to that. Keith, a Tory 01, wishing you a great day.